Hello guys, hi. Let's just start the masterclass. Let me start the recording as well. All right. Uh, First of all, thank you so much for joining the today's masterclass organized by Lips Education. In between the masterclass, if my voice is not visible or if my screen is not clear, like visible, you guys can type in the chat. I am regularly checking the chat. You guys can inform me. Uh, I will share my screen again. Give me a moment. All right. So in between the masterclass, if my voice is not clear or screen is not visible, you can type in the chat. I hope right now my screen is also visible and my voice is clear for everyone. First of all, let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I am Abhishek Agrawal. I am a Microsoft certified Azure data engineer. I'm having 8 years of data engineering experience. I will be your host for today's masterclass. With me, Vail Murugan will be assisting us. He will be your tutor for overall AWS data engineering course, and he designed the course curriculum for the complete AWS data engineering master program. First of all, before we jump into the actual topic of AWS data engineering, let me take you through education ellipse in general, right? So in Education Ellipse, we provide the training from the mentors who are currently working in the industry, such as me as Abhishek Agarwal. I work as an Azure data engineer, so I provide all training related to Azure data engineering domain. And Vale is into AWS background, so he provides training related to AWS data engineering domain, right? So we provide all the trainers which work with Education Ellipse, who work with Education Ellipse are full-time corporate employee, right? And then in the side they work and then they train students so that they can give experience what they're learning in a corporate job, right? So the people who joined today, right, joined from one basic agenda that all of you want to switch your career to AWS data engineering domain, right? And when you want to switch your career to AWS data engineering domain, what are the things you need? You first of all, whenever you go for an interview, they will ask you for the relevant project. So we will basically help you to do real relevant project, right? And once you do a project, your job is not completed, right? You need to understand how to explain the project in the interview, how to give interviews, right? So we will basically help you to make your resume. We will help you in giving the interview, right? Interview as in will prepare you for the interview. That too with the mentors who has done it in the past, such as Vail Murugan has switched multiple jobs in the past, so he has experience with that. So he will be assisting you for the same, right? And we are taking limited students. So per batch, we take only 20 students, right? And then you will be working with 20 working professionals, and then you will be doing the projects together, right? So it's a real-time project experience, interview preparation with the mentors who are basically working in the industry, that too with a limited batch size, right? Why to choose us? It's a limited batch size training, so it's a personalized training, right? And it's a hands-on training with the industry expert. We will help you in the resume preparation mock interview. We have a 7-day refund policy as well. So the people who joined virtually need to gain confidence, right? So suppose you guys don't know us and you don't know the tutor as well fully right now. So you need some confidence. So we are giving you the 7-day refund policy as well. So if you're not satisfied with our training, you can come back to us and ask the refund in 7 days. Till the time nobody came to us due to our teaching style because we are confident about it. But still, if you are not satisfied in 7 days, you can come back to us and ask for the refund. And we are basically providing this training from past 3 years now, right? So we know the market, we know our competitors, right? So if you get a similar course anywhere in the market with limited batch size, real time training, industry professional, right, you come back to us and we will give you the refund, right, without asking any question, or we will match the price if the price difference is huge, right? And as I told you that I am Azure Abhishek Agrawal, I provide the training related to eight Azure data engineering domain. With me, Vail Murugan is there, who provides the training related to AWS background, right? So he provides the training about the AWS, Fabric, Snowflake, and we have Sindhu Khan sir, who provides the training of SQL, Python, Power BI as well. And the people who wants to learn fast track, then we have a recorded material of our live training as well. So you can also learn through the recorded material. So we have a recorded material of all of our training, which we provide, right? You can check out the reviews over here. You can check out that your mentor's profile over here, right? That you can do. Now let's jump to the AWS data engineering bootcamp, right? So in AWS data engineering bootcamp, our students got placed in different companies such as Deloitte, KPMG, Tiger Analytics, Quantify, Nagaro, Fractal. And in this particular masterclass, we will be covering about what is cloud data engineering is right for you or not, tools to learn, coding is required, certification to do, salary to expect, and all of that. In this particular training, you will be able to get three real-time projects. The prerequisite to do this course is basic knowledge about SQL or Python, right? You will be doing three real-time projects with us, right? You will gain 4 years of experience. Why to choose us? This I already explained, right? You can download the course curriculum from here. You can go through the course curriculum from here, right? You can check out the course curriculum. You can also check out the architecture diagram of all of our courses, right? That you can do. And after that, you can check out the Wales profile as well. What are the projects he has done, in which company he has worked, right? You can go through it. You can check out that so that you know your mentor. And then you can read the reviews over here. You can check out the reviews over here. You can read the reviews over here. You can understand that, hey, what are the different profiles of the people who got a job. After the training, you'll get some certification as well. And this is the pricing of the course, right? But we'll give you some offers in the end of the masterclass so that you can enroll and get avail some offers as well, right? All right. Now this is the overall flow, right? And let me take you through the general question which might have, right? So suppose we are not taking this demo for the first time, we already took this demo multiple times in the past, and these are the general question which people have, such as like, hey, what is cloud? Why AWS? What is AWS data engineering? What is cloud modern data platform? I'm a fresher, I have a career gap, I have 5 to 10 years of experience. Can I switch? How I can switch? Then I am eligible for the course or not, right? I am from sales background, I am from marketing background, coding is required or not, SQL is required, Python is required, how we will do live projects, how we'll work on AWS and Snowflake, how much experience I can show, how we'll approach the interview, how we'll handle the scenario of the interview question, right? All of this question which you might have, which we will cover in the today's demo and try to go through each and every question. We'll make sure that each and every question is answered in today's masterclass, right? And if you're looking for any course, we will give you some offer in the end of the masterclass so that you can enroll as well for the course. Our course is starting from tomorrow, right? So please stay till end of the masterclass, avail some discount. And if you're looking for the course, you can and also enroll and start learning from tomorrow. Okay. And if you're not looking for some course as well, then your each and every question will be answered, right? You can come back to us in future, and also you can interact directly with your tutor or Vail Murugan and clear your doubt if you have any doubt, right? All right. So now let me also take you through, give me a moment, like the overall flow, how the masterclass will go. Give me a moment. So we will follow this particular topics, right? So first we'll go through the introduction, then we will cover a why cloud, what is cloud, why AWS. Then we will cover about why and what of data engineering. Then we'll cover tools to learn, coding is required, who can learn, roadmap, where to practice, Q&A, right? And then I will take you to the learning portal. I will basically explain how to prepare for the interview, what are the certification you can do, and what are the salary which you can expect, right? So I will hand over to Vale now, and then he will take you through the course curriculum which he designed for you guys, right? And then you can understand the overall course curriculum and understand like different topics. And then I will be taking over and I will basically explain how to prepare for the interviews, what are the certification you can do, right? And what are the offers, different offers for the enrollment. All right. So now I will be giving handover to Vale. And then now if you need a today's recording, right, you can ping in the chat your number and we will be sending you the today's recording if you're looking for the overall masterclass recording, right? All right. So now I think, Vale, you can share your screen and then take the demo forward.
Thanks, Abhishek. Yeah, I'll share my screen. Hi, everyone. This is Vale here. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. So, about myself, I have 16 years of experience. So, I worked on different platforms, different data engineering projects, data platforms. So, I started on on-premises, then moved into cloud. So, I used AWS, Azure, and I've used Databricks, I used Snowflake. So worked on different data platforms with the different enterprise companies, worked on different sectors. So that's about myself. So we'll get into the today's agenda. So first let us start with why cloud, what is cloud, and then we'll get into why data engineering. So what is data engineering? And then we'll see like what are the tools we are going to learn in the course. So we will see what are the tools we are going to learn in the course and why like what are the projects we are going to do, and then roadmap we will see. So we'll see about the course and then the projects and then other details. So first let us see why cloud. So for enterprise, like if you see like 10 years back, they were operating in on premises. They were using like data centers. They were using physical server. They were operating on a monolithic architecture. Okay, but after 2010, companies started moving into cloud. So they had a DevOps based for development. They have microservices architecture, and they are using cloud. So cloud, why cloud? Because it is highly scalable. Its provisioning is easier. Creation of resources is easier. So in the cloud, if I want virtual machines, I can create it easily. If I want database, I can create it easily. If I want like network or storage or any kind of services, I can create it easily. Okay. So here in the cloud, I can build web applications. I can build mobile application, enterprise applications. I can store data, lot of data, different type of data I can store, and I can do analytics, I can do machine learning, I can do generative AI, like that. I can work on different applications in the cloud. So it is easier for enterprise because they have teams across the globe for them to collaborate, like work on the infrastructure instead of working on the on-premise system. The cloud provides them easier way of collaborating and working together. Okay, so it is easier for companies to operate, share the resources between multiple members, multiple teams, and work together. Okay, so cloud like helps you to create resources, and AWS is a market leader. So they are the one who started on the cloud services. So in AWS we have a lot of services like EC2. You can see these are 200 plus services in AWS. So you have 200 plus services in AWS. If I want machines, I can go to EC2, create like Linux machines, Windows machine. So I can work on the uh, virtual machines here. Okay, so if I want Linux machines, I can quickly create it here. If I want database, I can go to database, create RDS or create NoSQL database. So we have option to create it immediately. Okay, so for database, I can go to RDS, create a database. I can create MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server quickly. Okay, so your cloud helps you to provision faster. Okay, the creating database or server easily, and teams can work easily. Okay, because they need a dev server, they need production server, staging, lot of service. They don't have to depend on environment team. They don't have to depend on infrastructure. So in the cloud, it's easier to create and work across the teams. That is the advantage we have. Okay, so if I want to work on like web application, mobile applications, or like analytical systems, building a business applications or machine learning. So for all this thing, analytical systems, for all this thing, cloud provides you different services. Okay, so they provide you a lot of services. So in enterprise, they may use lot of services, and we are going to use few of the services from here. There are 200 plus services. For data engineering activity, we use few of the services which are related to data architecture, which are related to data platform, building a data platform on the cloud. So we are going to see for data engineering, what are the services are going to be used, and we are going to focus on that one. Okay, so in AWS cloud, there are 200 plus services, but we are not going to look into all the services. We are going to focus on few of the services. Like we are going to focus on like S3, IM, RDS, Glue, DynamoDB, Athena. So these are the most used AWS data engineering services. So we are going to work on that. So what so before getting into the data engineering services, what is data engineering? Why we need data engineering? Okay, so let us understand that. Then we will get into the services. So we'll get into the services and tools. So in organizations, so in enterprise, they use different softwares. Okay, so they use different software, they use applications, they use enterprise applications. So they have different teams. Okay, they have like a sales team, marketing team, they have different functional groups, okay, within the organization. So it can be a banking, it can be an insurance, it can be different sector, right? So within the sector, each of the enterprise, they have different business group like sales, marketing, customer care, like that they have different business group. And they use different kind of softwares there, enterprise softwares, or they may have their own applications also. They may have their own custom applications. So like within the organization, there are multiple sources where data comes in and where data goes out. Okay, so there are data, lot of data across the organization. So they have multiple applications running. So you have to collect this data, bring it to the centralized system. Then only I can do analytics. Okay, so if I have to do analytics, if I want to do data intelligence, if I have to do like a lot of intelligence from the data, I have to centralize the data. Okay, I have to consolidate, bring the data bring the data into one layer, one system, so I can work on consolidation. I can work on validating. So that is what data engineering helps us to. So in organization, data engineering teams work between the data producers and consumers. So they act between the producers and consumers. So your producers can be enterprise applications, your producers can be a database, your operational systems. They all are producers. So from your business group, so from your different business group in enterprise, data comes in from different systems that we collect it, we store it into data warehouse or data lake. So that can be used by consumers. The consumers, who are consumers here? So the consumers are, they are from analytical stream. So they work on data driven solutions, data driven products. So we are working on a system we are working on a latest trends, latest technologies where we do a lot of data products, data driven solutions, data driven products. So for them, centralizing the data, collecting from different place and storing it in a centralized system is very important. Then only they can do machine learning, they can do analytics, reporting, or generative AI. So everything can be done from the collected data. So data engineering team plays a major role in organization in building the data pipelines. So we will work on the data pipelines. We do ETL jobs, we do ELT jobs, we work on data platforms, we work on data lake. So in organization, they have a data platform. Okay, so they have a data platform. So in the data platform, they have multiple sources. The data coming from sources. The sources can be SaaS applications, ERP systems, OLTP systems, or web applications like social media applications. So we are collecting data from different systems, ingesting to your data platform. So ingestion can be in a streaming mode, can be in a batch processing. So you are just collecting data in a structured way or unstructured way and then storing into your storage layer. Your storage layer, you may use data lake, data warehouse, and then you do ETL or ELT. Okay, so your if the data size is huge. If the data is very huge, we do ETL. If the data size is small to medium, we do ELT. Okay, so we store it into data warehouse and do ELT. Okay, and that data are stored again. So our consumers can do analytics. They can do machine learning. So your BA teams or your top level business management use this analytical product for making decisions, for like doing like a lot of collecting feedback from different teams and making some business decisions. Okay, so your analytical systems drive the business, they drive the enterprise companies for making decisions. Okay, so modern data platform is the important one in organizations which are built to collect the data, centralize it, and then modernize it so that data can be used for different purposes. Okay. So in organization, they use data lake, they use data warehouse, they use ingestion layer, ETL data pipelines. So we as a data engineer, you need to know all this thing. So we need to know what is data lake, what is data warehouse, what is ETL, how to build a ETL pipelines, how you can do ELT. So how I can do ELTs, how I can build a ETL pipelines. So you can use SQL, you can use Python to build the data pipelines. Okay, so as a data engineer, we work on all this activity. Okay, so we use AWS cloud for doing this activity. So we work on building data pipelines. We build on data qualities, like we bring in data quality. We do data modeling, work on our data architecture. We do performance tuning. We do work on like streaming or batch activity, incremental loads. We work on data governance, security. We collaborate with different teams, analytical teams, data science team, product team, and BI team. And we monitor the workflow and we maintain the workflow. Okay, so we do maintenance of the infrastructure. So as a data engineer, we do multiple things in organization. So we are going to use AWS services and then build the data platform. So we are going to use different services like S3, Glue, Redshift, or EMR. Like that, we are going to use different services. So and for monitoring, we may use different services. So in the course, we are going to learn the important data engineering services like S3, IM, Glue, RDS, DynamoDB, Redshift, Kinesis, right? And then data warehouse system, data lake. So in a modern data platform, we are learning ingestion layer, we are learning storage and processing and cataloging. Okay, so we are trying to understand all this layer. So we are understanding each of the layer and working on the each of the layer. Okay, so that is what we are learning in the course. Okay, so in the course, we are going to start from basics and then we are getting into advanced level. So we are going to start from basics like S3, IM, and then slowly get into the advanced level. So and then learning data lake, data warehouse, using ETL tools, building data pipeline, orchestration using Airflow or step function, working on data warehouse, building data models. So that is how we go. So we start with basic simple pipeline and we will get into complex pipeline. So we are going to build 3 projects. So in the course, we are going to build 3 projects. So first project is little bit a simple one where we are going to do batch processing. So we are going to use data from S3, different data, structured data, NoSQL data, different data. We are going to do ETL here. We are building an ETL pipeline and we are going to orchestrate using a step function. And we are going to do transformations, and then loading into data set and then analyzing using Power BI here. Okay, so we are going to build a ETL pipeline. So we are going to store the data into S3 and we are going to store the data in different format like Parquet, CSV. Like that, we are going to store the data in different format. So we are learning basics things here in the first project. So in the first project, we are learning about building data pipeline, ETL stuff, GitHub integration, CI/CD pipeline, automating the ETL pipelines using Terraform. So we are going to use Terraform for the resources creations. So in the first project, we will learn the basic one. And in the second project, we are building a medallion architecture. We are going to work on incremental pipelines. So we are going to use Lambda, we are going to use Event Bridge, we are going to use SNS, different AWS services. Okay, in the first project, we are building a full load and we are using Athena for validating. In the second project, we are going into a little bit on the event driven and then the advanced stuff. We are learning about incremental pipelines. We are going to use data warehouse and Lakehouse architecture. Okay, so we are going to store data in different forms and different storage layer. So in the organization, they may have different kind of storage layers. They may use like generation 1 or generation 2 or generation 3. So in generation 1, they had data warehouse. In generation 2, they had data lake and data warehouse. In generation 3, we have lakehouse. So in lakehouse, you combine the future of data lake and data warehouse. So in AWS, you can use Iceberg and build a lakehouse architecture. So in the course, we are going to learn this also. Okay. So we are going to learn how to use data lake, how to use data warehouse, and then how to use lakehouse and store your data. So and then how to collaborate with the consumers, how you share with the consumers, and how you give permission to them. So that is also we are going to learn in the course. Okay, let me get into the syllabus. Okay, you can see here. So in the course, you can see the we are starting with basics. So we are starting with basics and then slowly we are getting into advanced level. So initially we are starting with AWS S3, IAM, and then basics of AWS services. We are starting on the basics. Then Spark architecture. Here you are learning PySpark. For ETL, for building data pipeline, we are going to use PySpark. We are going to use Spark for building data pipeline. So we are learning Spark little bit on the basics, RDD data frames on Spark, then building and transformations using Spark. Then we are starting on Glue, writing Glue scripts. So let me pull the latest one. So this is the latest one. So you can see here where we are working on Terraform. So in the day 7, we are working on Terraform, like working on the like automation of resources. So initially we started with the basic one. Then we are building the resources using Terraform. Then we are working on Glue scripts, building transformations, working on data catalog, and then we are starting project 1. So after day 11, we started the project 1, and then we are getting for the project 1, we are using RDS, DynamoDB, and S3. So we are working on that. And also we are doing orchestration using step function and Airflow. So we are working in orchestration also, and GitHub integration also. So we are covering the first project in day 11, day 12 and 13. Then we are starting into advanced sections where we are looking into advanced topic like Athena, EMR, and then Event Bridge, Lambda. We are working on other services. So we are going to build event-driven solutions. So we are using Lambda, Event Bridge, and then we are seeing data warehouse, lakehouse architecture, and using Iceberg. Okay, so we are seeing the advanced concepts. Then we are working on project 2. So in the project 2, we are using advanced concepts, event-driven pipeline. We are using incremental processing. That means we take the data in incremental fashion. So in the first project, we take the data in full form. We take the full data, we do a full refresh and then load the data. In the second project, we are doing incremental fashion. So we take only the incremental changes by using glue bookmarks, by learning bookmarks, by learning custom bookmarks, we are doing that. And also we are implementing Lambda here. We are using step function. So we are building some enterprise data pipeline. Okay, so we are handling different scenarios and we are building a medallion architecture. So we are learning multiple industrial like advanced concepts here. So we are learning a lot of advanced concept in the second project. And we are learning like we are building lakehouse. In the lakehouse, we are bringing in data warehouse features like versioning, like fact and dimensional modeling. We are building in medallion architecture and we are doing SCD type 2. So we are learning all this thing in the second project. We are learning advanced concept in the second project. And we are starting the next one, which is the data warehouse system. So we are learning data warehouse. So we are starting on Redshift and then we are going to Snowflake. So in the course, we are going to see Redshift basics and then get into Snowflake. So we are going to learn Snowflake and Redshift, but we'll start Redshift basics and we'll get into Snowflake because Snowflake has a lot of advanced feature and we are going to use Snowflake streaming for the third project. So that is why we'll start Redshift and then we will get into Snowflake. And in Snowflake, we will see the basics, how to create tables, how to work on staging, how to build data modeling. We will see all this thing. Then we will get into streaming advanced concepts in Snowflake. Then we are going to do integration with Kinesis. We are going to use Kinesis and firewalls and write data into data Snowflake tables. And we are going to build a streaming pipeline using Snowflake. And we are going to work on the third project. So we are going to see 3 projects. So first one is a full load batch processing pipeline, and the second one is incremental pipeline, and third one is a streaming pipeline. So in the third project, we are using Kinesis Firehouse, and integrating with Snowflake and working on a streams and tasks. We are doing SQL here. For the transformation, we are going to use Snowflake SQL and build a streaming pipeline using streams and tasks. So that is the third project. So we are covering 3 projects here. And also we are learning from basics concept to advanced concept here. And also we are implementing a lot of things here. So that is what we are doing in the course. And here you can use AWS free tier to practice. We are going to use AWS free tier to practice. So in that you will get lot of services as free. You are going to get S3 as a free. You're going to get Lambda step function. Lot of services as a free. Okay, we are going to use AWS S3. And here, as I said, Redshift, you are going to start basics, but Redshift is costly to use. Okay, so you cannot use Redshift easily because it is costly to use. So we are going to use Snowflake. So we are going to learn data warehousing concept in Snowflake, which is free. So we get free tier using Gmail, using your email ID, you can create Snowflake account and learn lot of data warehousing concepts using Snowflake. And we are going to learn streaming concept also in Snowflake. So this is the tools we are going to learn in the course. Okay. And ETL pipelines, we are going to learn about building ETL pipelines and then ELT pipeline. So we are going to do ETL also and ELT also. So by using data lake in the project one, so in the first project, we are doing ETL here. So we are extracting data, bringing it to data lake and then transforming it. Okay, so we are extracting data, ingesting the data into data lake and then transforming it and then loading into other systems. We are doing ETL here. And in the second project, so in the second project also, we are doing ETL here and we are learning ELT here. Okay, so we are going to learn ETL and ELT here. And in the third project, we are going to do ELT here. By using Snowflake, we are going to do ELT here. So we are building different type of pipelines. So in the course, you are trying to learn for building a modern data platform, we are learning a lot of things here. We are learning ingestion layer, how to do ingestion layer using batch processing or streaming or incremental processing. We are learning it. And we are learning data lake, data warehouse. We are learning ETL tools. We are learning ELT tools. And we are building transformation layer using Spark. So we are learning all the data engineering concept in the course. Okay. Okay, so now you can ask your questions. So if you have questions, you can ask now. So we have covered now. So what is data engineering and what are tools we are going to use and the project. We have covered all these things. So you can ask now if you have questions. So if you have questions, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions now.
Hello.
Yeah.
Uh, as you said, it's a 2 months course,
Yeah.
and so much tools you are covering in this. But it's look like it's a project-based training.
Yeah. It's a project based training. We do projects and then learn things by
How
doing it.
means if anyone is new in this field, how much it's help to him? Means you are using Snowflake, Redshift, a Lambda, step function, so and so. You are covering the industry role topics. But
Yeah.
but as per my knowledge, within a 1 day, it's a 2 hours course. If you are covering the airflow, step function, is this enough time to cover?
Yeah. So in the 2 months, we are going to cover all this thing and you will
No, no, no.
have time. The
I'm asking
recording will
about if you show me your curriculum.
So we have done batches. So we have done multiple batches. So we
No,
have
no.
covered this
Why I'm
before.
asking you? Because
Okay.
I'm the new in this field. Okay. So is this feel like it's a project-based training? If anyone then it is applicable. If you want to enhance your knowledge, then it look like your
The
curriculum.
problem is if you are going to spend 6 months of time, is
Uh,
it sufficient for you to spend a lot of time on this? So the important thing is, so for AWS data engineering, there are a
like like
lot of
like I if I'm
One
asking,
second, so sir, I can answer your question. So your question is basically how in 2 months duration of time, how we can cover all of this topic is your question. Am I right?
If I'm
Okay.
new in this field, like RDD in data
Yeah.
frame,
Yeah.
it's enough time to cover in this means
Yeah.
like
Let me answer your question. Your
okay.
question is very legitimate and true. Okay. And probably if I am a newcomer, I will also feel the same, right? Hey man,
Hmm.
these guys are saying, man, these guys will cover RDS, Glue, Lambda, Kinesis, God knows, Snowflake, everything in 2 months. How it is possible? And your basically your concern is legitimate. And how it is possible? Let me answer that question.
Okay, okay.
So basically, when you try to when you work in a company, right, and then when you do 3 projects in the company, you might need 3 years to do that, right? Or 2 years to do that. Because ideally in the company, you try to figure out the things one by one and then you do projects, right? That is what you do in the company. Suppose if you want to do this three real-time project in the company, you join a company and then you learn things slowly, you figure out things slowly, and then you do projects, right? That is what you do in the company. And what is your experience, Tushar? Like in which particular field you are?
I'm in PL development, or I
Okay,
can
and how much experience you have?
software
If
development,
you
and
can share that, how much experience you have?
I'm having a 13 plus in
Okay,
various
yeah, all
field.
right. And in 13 years, probably you have done like 20-25 projects, I feel so, right? Or more than that.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is what will happens when you do the project in the company. But right now, how we proceed is here when we are implementing things in front of you, we are not getting any errors because we have done that particular thing probably 20 times. Okay. So when we spent 1 hour with you, every second we are speaking new things without any error in front of you, we are doing things. That is why it's possible. So now when I teach you for 1 hour, for example, when I implement a project, I am taking 9 hours to implement a project because every second is new right now. Nothing is explorative. Nothing is figuring out. Nothing is like error getting and then resolving that error kind of a thing we are not doing in front of you. We are basically resolving things in front of you without any error. Now we are spending 30 hours or 40 hours to teach you this, and every second is new right now. But now when you do this particular training and when you try to suppose we teach you for 1 hour, and when you try to implement it by yourself, you might need 2 to 3 hours to do it. So don't look it at 2 month training, right? So it's basically like 30 to 35 hours we are training you in which everything is new, everything we are doing without any error in front of you. And then when you try to do it, you probably need 60 to 70 hours to implement it. So it's ideally 100 to 120 hours you will be spending to complete this training, and it is possible. And why it is possible and how it is possible is we have done it multiple times without any error with many students, and many students has used this and to complete this. Now I can also teach you AWS data engineering not for 2 months. I can also teach you for 6 months. But now the question is, can you spend like so our we have summarized this training in such a way that you learn limited and then you learn only what is required to get a job. And once you do this, you will be able to do that. So like I hope I answered your question. Now if you have any other question, I can also answer that question. Please go ahead. Do you have any
No,
other question,
just
Tushar?
I'm just worried about means like while you are explaining your project, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you will write some command or you will write some code or something like that, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is this we require some prior knowledge for that?
No, the only thing which we expect from you is understanding about SQL and Python, and you have a basic understanding about that. That is what we expect from you. So if you know SQL and Python, SQL or Python, you can ideally do this.
Okay, like here it's there are so many glue services. It's a total ETL platform, okay, and you are covering in means you will show the component that is related to project base some
Yeah.
kind, okay, and maybe it's I think as per my perspective we need some prior knowledge for that.
No, you don't need a prior knowledge. You
It's
can do that.
about It's about individual, right? So, for example, you can spend 1 year in learning glue. Okay, so in glue, there are few things which we use it. For industrial, there are few things which we use it frequently. So, learning that is different, and learning entire glue for 1 year is different. So, if you are going to spend 1 year in glue, that is also you can learn. So, there are a lot of things in glue. If you take S3, learning S3 for 1 year also is there. S3 we use it for storing data, but there are a lot of things. If you go to properties, if you go to the each of the storage, different type of storage. If you go to the configuration, there are a lot of things you can learn it from S3 itself. So it will take 1 year for you to learn S3 itself. It's not about that. For industrial wise, so when you join an organization, how they train you? They'll give 2 days of training or 1 week of training and get into project. How they do it? Because they know what are the key things you have to learn. For the project,
But the thing is that
industrials,
because they selected the person who is having a already work on that technology, who is having an idea about that technology, then you can elaborate. If someone is new in this field, then
no,
I'm
no, even a fresher, right? We recruit a fresher and get into the project. He knows only Python and SQL, but we get into the project very quickly. How do we do it? We train him on the required skills. Okay, we know what are the things to teach him, what are the things are important for regular usage. That is alone we are teach him. So we don't teach. If you go to cloud, in each of the service, there are a lot of things. If you keep exploring all this thing, right, it will take months to learn cloud, each of this, because there are a lot of services here. So you cannot learn like that. So we know what are the important ones and which we use
I
it then.
understood your purpose and what is your
Yeah.
training purpose. Okay, okay, I got an idea. Okay. Just I'm worried about because these are I just heard about these terms and all that things. I want to shift in this technology, but just worried about means is this enough to? So that is my question. Okay.
Yeah. So other thing is, we have experience in the industry for more than 8 to 10 years, and I do training, I do interviews also. So and I work with teams also. Still, I work with the teams. So we know that what are important, what we use it regularly. So there are a lot of things here. So we tell you important things. Like in the AWS services, we have a lot of services. So we take deeper into few of the services. For example, if you see the course here, we are spending a lot of time on ETL, on Spark, on Glue. We are spending a lot of time in Glue and Spark optimization. We are getting deeper into ETL pipeline because we know that this is very critical work. So we are spending a lot of time. Whereas if you take Lambda, we are spending like a few days in Lambda, few days in Event Bridge. We are not spending a lot of time here. Okay, so we know what are the critical things which are required in enterprise. So we are spending a lot of time there, and important concepts which we use it regularly. That is also we are spending. So we are trying to build a course which is really useful for the industry. That is how we have designed this course, and this is used for getting into the job. And when they prepare on this, it's easier for them to attend the job, clear the job, and get into it. So we have seen with a lot of candidates, even though they are from production support or from different background, they were able to attend interviews and clear it.
Okay, I got a fair idea about this. Okay, okay. And daily, how much means, daily class timing? Suppose batch uh, 2 hours or what?
1.5 hour. We have evening batch and morning batch. The session will be 1 to 1.5 hour.
Okay, 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 okay.
Okay. Any questions from anyone?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Uh,
Abhishek will cover about the timing, and then the other one. Abhishek, you can take it over, Abhishek.
All right. Thank you, Vail, for explaining the course curriculum and everything. Now let me share my screen and we will go through few of the topics. All right.
so I have one question then.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I mean, for the second project you have shown, so in that, like, what will be the sources for it? Like mainframe or the database or something?
So for the projects, the data will be from a database. It may be in database or the data may be in CSV or JSON. So I use
Mhm.
Faker and generate the data. So I use Faker and then generate the data in CSV, JSON. So I put it into SFTP. Through SFTP, data comes into S3, and then we use it from S3. So the data can be in database like
Mhm.
MySQL, or it can be NoSQL system like MongoDB or DynamoDB. So your sources will be like any of the sources. Like it can be for the first project, we use RDS, DynamoDB, and S3 as a source
Mhm.
system. In the second project, we use SFTP as a source. From SFTP, we get the flat files where that is coming into S3 bucket when processing it. Other than that, we have APIs. So REST APIs, data is coming from REST API, we process it, or JSON data coming through REST API. So I use like data from REST API and process it. So these are the things we commonly use in industry. So we are seeing all these use cases.
Okay, got it.
All right, let me share my screen. All right, so now sometimes people have a question about like, hey, what are the jobs I can apply by doing this particular course? So I will just show you that. So you can apply to all of this job, which is related to AWS data engineering domain, right? And you can see the job that you have a job in different location with the different salary bracket, right? And like you can apply to AWS data engineering domain as well. You can also apply to data engineering job opportunity, whatever is related to AWS, you can also apply there, right? This is Naukri.com profile, right? Here you can basically look for the job in India. But if you're looking like if you're abroad and then you're looking for a job in like abroad in some other country, right? You can also apply to any job related to AWS data engineering domain in here, right? And our trainings are capable enough to give you and provide you the job in India and also abroad, right? Because I am working in Germany and I take care of all the European market. And similarly, Whale is working in with US clients and he knows the US market pretty well. So our trainings are designed to provide you the experience which is like capable enough you do to get the job in India and also in foreign countries if you're looking for, right? So now also let me take you through the like our course curriculum and also like the our learning platform, right? So over here, if you see, we basically we have done multiple projects, but we try to create architecture diagram which is suffice enough to do any real-time job in the company and also clear the interview, right? So now this is how your learning journey will look like. First of all, we will do class by class, we learn things, right? And the class by class, we will be implementing things, right? And after certain classes are completed, the one project is completed, right? So suppose this is the project in which we are basically implementing a project in front of you and then doing everything real time, right? Everything running real time and then showing you real time. And then once this particular project is completed, so I guess this particular project took around like 3 hours to build it, right, in front of you. And then like this, so once everything is built, right, so then the class by class we are building things, and then once the second project is completed, after certain classes the second project is completed, right? And after certain classes the third project is completed, right? And after all the projects are completed, we are giving you the interview preparation and then like the project description, technical questions asked in the project, right? Everything we are giving you. And then we are helping with how to introduce yourself and everything we are helping you, right? So now if I show you any other training program, all of our training program follow the same schedule. So suppose if I open this particular training program, right here also we are following the same thing, class by class, like class by class, we are giving you the homework, class by class, we are basically doing things, right? And then we are doing one project. Then class by class, we are building things, class by class, we are building things, right? And then after all of these classes, the second project is completed, right? And then after everything is done, we are giving a scenario based interview question, how to introduce yourself, how to explain the project. Then we are giving you project explanation, then we are giving you the sample resume, then we are giving you topic wise interview question, then we are giving you company wise interview question. And all of these interview questions are not like chat gpt 5 interview question. All of this interview question is prepared by us by appearing to the interview, right? So this is a summary about the overall training, right? Now let me also try to summarize everything for you so that it's basically easy. Uh, you will be able to get 4 years of experience. What will be taught? Glue, DynamoDB, Athena, Snowflake, Lambda, Kinesis, Multi-Canal Architecture, Lakehouse Architecture will be taught. You will be doing 3 projects with us in 2 months duration of time. You will be getting like this certification. You can do this certification after those course, which is SnowPro, Snowpark certificate, and also AWS Data Engineer certificate. You basically need a basic knowledge about SQL and Python to do this particular course. You can expect up to 30 LPA package by doing this course. And if you say, Abhishek, I'm already earning 30 LPA, what to do in that case, right? So if you're already earning 30 LPA, you can further, after doing this course, you can further learn Snowflake data engineering, or you can learn Databricks as well with us. We have that kind of a training program as well. So Snowflake data engineering is taught by Whale and Databricks is taught by me. So you can also take that kind of a training program as well after you complete this. So batch start date is 26 September, 9 a.m. IST. And also we are starting a evening batch, which is 3rd October, 7:30 p.m. IST. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday will be the classes. Wednesday and weekend, there is no class, right? So this is the summary about everything. Now, if you're looking for the course and if you're looking to enroll for the course, right? So we are giving the offer to enroll, right? And then this is the offer. As I told you that we are basically having like 2 batches, right? So 26 September, 9 a.m. IST, 3rd October, 7:30 p.m. IST. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 1 hour classes will be there. The original price of the course is 20,000 rupees, but in the today's demo, we are giving the course in 18,000 rupees. 10,000 rupees you need to pay now, and rest you can pay once you attend the batch and once the batch starts, right? And if you want to go for recording in which you don't want to attend a live class, but you rather want to prefer a recording in which you can fast track your learning, in that case, you can go for the recording as well. So original price of that is 8,999. In today's demo, you can get it in 7,999, right? And I will be sharing the link in the chat so that you can register for this particular offer. This offer is valid till today 11:59 p.m. IST, and then this offer will expire, right? So let me share you the link in the chat so that you can enroll for the course. Give me a moment. And then if you have any question, you can anyways ask us.
I have one question, Abhishek. So,
Yeah, go ahead, please.
regarding the using this AWS and other services, which one is more in demand? Because we
Can
are
you
seeing
repeat your
in,
question again?
I mean, between the Azure services and the AWS, so
Mhm.
which one is in more in demand? Because we are seeing in the LinkedIn post like the Azure's demand is more as compared with the AWS. So which one should I choose?
Do you have any background in Azure or AWS?
So yeah, currently I'm working on the AWS.
Yeah, so you should go for AWS. I asked this question because both cloud is good, but suppose if you have already exposure about AWS or you're working in AWS, right? You should go for AWS. Or the second question which I ask is, do you have any friends who are working in that kind of a domain? So you look accordingly, choose it. Suppose if you have some sort of a close friends who are working in a particular cloud, then you should go for that particular cloud because they can guide you. You can also discuss ideas with them. You can also implement project with them. So both cloud is good. As you're working in AWS already, rather go for AWS instead of choosing Azure. And both clouds are good. We are getting students for both of the cloud, training them. They are getting jobs. So both clouds are good.
Okay.
And both has its pros and cons, right? Ultimately, if you choose Azure, like I can tell you the pros of Azure as well. I can also tell you the pros of AWS and cons of AWS, cons of Azure. But both cloud is good ultimately. Okay.
Okay. So
All right, guys. Anybody has another question? You can go ahead and ask question if you have any.
one more question I have, like, so we are doing three projects in this course. So, can we show this project in the interview? Because
Yes.
recently I switched my career into the data engineering, so they were asking so much questions about the challenges whichever I was faced, but I was unable to. or tell them. So that's why I couldn't clear multiple interviews. So
Yeah,
can we
so
tackle those
yeah,
questions?
yeah, you can tackle this question. Let me show you how you can tackle this question. Suppose we will be giving you all sort of like, suppose, let me show you few of the like documentation, which is basically, suppose if I show you this production issues, right? So now if I open this production issue, so suppose we are telling you performance bottleneck kind of a question, then like file system, small file problem, then large metadata problem, then job failure problems, right? And then shuffle errors problem. So we are basically telling you the conflicts, the corrupted tables, and then the problems, and then trying to explain that. Now, if you want to ask that, hey, what are the scenario-based question in there, right? So suppose if I open this, then we are basically telling you different like scenario-based question which can be asked. Now, suppose if I open project planning, right? So suppose we are also telling you that, hey, this is how the Jira project planning is done, epic story and subtask level. So we will be telling you like what are the different how the project planning will go and how to handle scenario based question, what are the productions issues can happen, because we have done that project in the real time, so we know what are the bottleneck
Mm-hmm.
can happen, right? That we are guiding you. But now if you ask me that, Abhishek, you will tell me everything and after that can I answer all the interview question? Still you need to basically, you will learn with us, but you need to, we will teach you whatever we know, that we will teach you. But you need to be confident on knowing these things, right? Because suppose you're learning from us, so you can sound unconfident when you're giving interview, right? Because you are just listening to us and then going for interview. So that will come naturally. Suppose if you go for 4 or 5 interview by learning from us, then slowly the confidence will come, and then you will be able to clear the interview. I will not say that, yeah, you will learn with us and then you'll go for one interview and you clear the interview. Will not happen. You need to like be confident by learning, giving 4 or 5 interviews, and then you will be confident, and then you can clear the interview. But we will tell you about everything, how project planning grows, how to handle scenario based question, how to handle production scenario, production issues. We will tell you everything.
Okay, got it.
All right, guys. Anybody has any question? Uh, all right, guys. So now anybody has any question, guys? If you don't have any question, then this is the like batch details, right? You can enroll for the course, and then let's meet from Friday, and then we'll continue the course, right? And then this offer will expire today 11:59 p.m. IST. So if you're looking for the course, kindly go ahead and enroll. I will be sending the link. I have sent the link in the chat, so you can go that you can basically go to that link and then enroll, right? Is it possible to attend both sessions? No, you do. It's not possible to attend both the session. You need to ideally look for only one session, either morning or evening session you can look for. And if you have some sort of a timing issue or something, if you have legitimate reason to attend both of the session, you can ping us, and then we will be guiding you. Punya, can you just like ping your number and then we will reach out to you? Munya, sorry. You can ping your number and we will reach out to you. All right, guys. Anybody has any question which I can answer? All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending the session. See you then if you are enrolling for the course. Bye.